Alright, let's pop in, shall we? Quick leagues. Look, I just play the order that they have the points in. Yeah, Miracle, this will probably be a 2-hour league, but this deck's pretty good, so hopefully we'll farm some points with that. This is probably a mulligan. Yeah, we're just starting off, just kicking it up. We started a little bit early yesterday. Usually we start about 3, about now. So we have a ponder, but like this hand, I feel like it needs more than just lands. Like the second counterbalance is really miserable too. It's because like the second counterbalance probably doesn't have text, right? So it's like a pseudo 6 without a brainstorm anyways. I don't really have a very well-informed... Hey, did you know about this thing called Twitch Prime? When I linked my Amazon and Twitch accounts, I get a free sub once a month to my favorite streamer. Thanks for the 4-month resub, Project Swamp. Welcome back. There's less unkeepable 6s in Legacy, which is a sweet thing about this format. I think I'm going to bottom a Snap in the Dark. So my hand's not really looking for anything too specific. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. Like... I'm kind of okay with drawing a land. I'm kind of okay with drawing a spell. Basic Mountain Aether Vial. Well, I'm going to force pitching back to basics because back to basics probably isn't going to be very good against goblins. And my force isn't going to be good against Aether Vial. So Brainstorm makes all of our hands happy, right? Let's go ahead and add that one in there. Yeah, we're gonna play some SI later today for sure. It's gonna be second. Goblin Lackey, rude. I think I want to take a draw here. Like... The Wasteland really means I don't want to fetch Tundra. We're going to start with Brainstorm looking for a white fetch or a basic plains. Tundra kind of sucks. I guess I just go... I'm going to go Portent back. Jace back. Play Tundra, plow this past the turn, and then if they waste my Tundra, I can fetch the Jace away. And if they don't waste me, I get to untap and play Jace here. That's how they're gonna waste me anyways. Or not. Alright, sweet. So keeping them off the Aether Vial means they want this mana a whole lot more. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I just like fetch a basic island here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and play this Jason plus him up here. Hands Ablers. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are one of the best ways you can support what I do here. Put that on the bottom. Nope. I appreciate that next level of support. You keep me doing what I do every day. Ringleader does have haste, which is a little annoying. Trigger says they got a pile driver and a war chief. A little bit scary. Let's get this set up here. Wow, that's bad. All right. Okay. Could I want 2 white? Maybe. All right, this is okay. I think I'm in the market for a plow here. This plow probably keeps my Jace alive here for another spin. It definitely takes this War Chief off the table. And then I get to clear this next fetch with that Brainstorm that's on top. Is this a good matchup or a bad matchup for Goblins? My resub didn't work. If you need to make sure if you're on the desktop, you need to refresh your page and then hit submit for it. All right, that's a Monastery Mentor. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't have a Cavern of Souls. Is it nuts to just go... I think I'm just gonna go this back, and then play this Mentor out. I tapped my lands wrong. I should have left white up, but... Or should have left white up on dot Tundra. Oh, thank you for the 2-month resub, Lomas Love. How does one resub for mobile? If you're on Twitch Prime, you have to do it from the desktop browser. Unfortunately, Twitch Prime does not integrate with mobile. And if they do this pre-combat like this, I get to go ahead and force this, which makes my Mentor a 3/3, which means their ringleader can't attack it anymore. Yeah, I think between forcing their Aether Vial and, like, honestly, having a bunch of Mentors in our main deck, I wouldn't be surprised if that tips this matchup, like, potentially in our favor, right? Like, Mentor is a tough nut to crack for sure. Wow, so we are just gonna put them... We're gonna put them in the ground. Huh, chat? We are gonna put them in the ground. This is game 1, match 1. It's just, alright. 7 you, go. Your move, Goblins player, that's all I got. Your move. I did not forget my spew tool this time. Have a nice legacy day. Thank you for the resub, Master. I do appreciate that. Quarter of a year. Welcome back. What are you getting this, Mrs. Matron? They don't have another red source here. They should mostly be up a creek without a paddle. They have 7 cards in their hand right now. I think I'm just going to take my draw. I want to trigger Prowess with the Snapcaster now, I think. That's a Brainstorm and another... Yeah. Alrighty. Why not? Triggers. That's a ponder to shuffle with. Yes, it is. This card's really fair. This card is exceedingly fair. Any order, shuffle. Ooh, piece of candy. Snap a ponder here. We'll take that land. Hey, thanks for the 100 bits zero sleep. I appreciate that. Howdy. Target myself. Triggers. Are they dead yet? Pretty close to dead, right? Alright, what if we smash it? Let's put them to 3. Yep. Yeah, I played a little bit of Goblins on stream. Goblins definitely more of a mid-range deck than anything. Verdict. I think this is fine. These are bad. These are bad. EE is fine. Believe it or not, we don't have a ton of tools for interacting with Goblins, chat. Believe it or not, we are a touch short on cards for the Goblins matchup. I think I lead the Forces. I don't think I want back to basics or Counterbalance. Like, Force can keep them off of Pyrokinesis and stuff to kill my Mentor. Can also stop Aether Vial. So, for those that are wondering, if you're looking at that game and you're wondering why Modern isn't a card in Modern, or Mentor isn't a card in Modern, there are two reasons Mentor is much better in Legacy than in Modern. The first is this Yu-Gi-Oh card right here, Force of Will. When you have a free counterspell to protect your Monastery Mentor, it's much easier to play a 3-drop. And the second reason Mentor is much better in Legacy than Modern is because Legacy has less creatures in it overall than Modern does as a format, which means people on average have less creature removal in their deck, so you have less things you need to protect your Monastery Mentor from when you're playing matches with it. Weird, I wonder if Twitch is having some issues, Gore. Someone else commented that their resub wasn't popping up either. I usually play Control or Storm, and I have no idea what to play on Modern for FNMs. If you enjoy playing Storm in Legacy, you should give Ad Nauseam a try in Modern. And as always, you should definitely proxy and playtest with before you commit to buying cards, but I think Ad Nauseam is a pretty reasonable combo deck. Or Eggs. Eggs just won the Grand Prix. If you're into combo style decks, I think Eggs and Ad Nauseam are both like moderately competitive choices that I enjoy playing at least. Yeah, if you have your sub icon still, Zero's, no, it didn't pop up on the notification. Weird. Zero Sleep, your icon's still there, so thanks for the resub, folks. Sorry Twitch is having some issues. Pretty easy mulligan here. While Terminus is one of the best cards in this matchup, it's not good in our hand. No cantrips, no white mana. Just play catch and release. Oh, Force is going to be too slow, so let's bottom that. Engineering Explosives has gone up so much because it's a Modern staple that hasn't been reprinted in forever. Basic Mountain Pass. No Lackey, no Vial. I'm gonna go Flooded Strand, pass back. I don't like, our hand has a lot of stuff in it right now, so I don't really know what I'm looking for with this Ponder. So like, I kind of want to take another draw step before I commit to like what I'm trying to find with the Ponder, basically. Looks like they're on a Cavernless draw again, which is good for us. I'm just gonna go ahead and plow this, I think. Snap's a good draw. All right, let's dig a little bit here. Snap, 4th land, Jace. I think I'm in for just like curving Snap, Plow into Jace here. Seems reasonable for me. We'll shuffle the second Snapcaster by cracking the Arid Mesa, and the Jace gets to flip this Terminus back up on top of our deck, which is nice. We get to curve out this entire way via basic land, so my opponent can't wasteland us, which is great. Yep. Go Scalding Tarn pass here. Hopefully they like play a Goblin out here that trades with Snapcaster Mage in combat. They like attack with both. We Snapcaster, Plow the Pile Driver in response to its trigger. If they're just attacking with Pile Driver and they're going to port us, that would be a little bit annoying. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Do I want to draw this other Snapcaster I don't think I do. I'm just gonna go ahead and snap plow this. Just keep my health total high. I think is ideal. That has a little bit of reach in it, and they have a lot of haste threats, so they're almost out of gas. You could maybe make an argument that I might want the second Snapcaster Mage, so lets me dig to a cup another land to play through this Restricted Import. Am I supposed to blow this up? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go and play this out. Gonna keep this back on defense. Again, like that last game that you saw, I think when we win games, they're gonna be like that last one a little bit, where they're more landslides than anything. So I think I'd prefer to be a little bit conservative here rather than trying to get in chip shots with my Snapcaster Mage. Happy to snap this trade here. Why is letting them get it to 2 a mistake? Like, if they put another creature into play right now, that means if I draw a Terminus or a Supreme Verdict next turn, I get more value out of it, which seems fine with me. So, like, what 2-drop do they put into play there that I'm, like, really scared about? I really want to draw a blue source here. Could be anything, even a blue source. How do you get the cards to and from Cardsphere? So the cards never physically pass through Cardsphere's ownership or whatever you want to refer to it as. So Cardsphere just kind of acts as a middleman between the 2 people that are making the transaction happen, from my understanding of the service. So basically, person X says they want to buy a card for a certain price, and then another person comes along and goes, oh, I have that card and I'm happy with that price. And then they send the cards to the buyer, and the buyer sends the money to Cardsphere. And when the cards get to the buyer and the buyer says, yes, these are the cards that I wanted and they're in the condition that they were supposed to be in, then Cardsphere sends the money to the person that sent the cards. How does a deck beat Leyline of Sanctity with how popular that has gotten inside boards? You just kill them with what's it called? You kill them with Tezzeret. You get Bottled Cloister and Staring Bridge going, and then you ultra Tezzeret and attack them for a bunch. Oh, my sequencing was bad here. Oh, wait, what? Sure. Okay. Huh. I think I'm just gonna Jace and put this Terminus on top of my deck here. $20 USD or 20 euro, because euros are significantly more than USD, to be fair. So like if it's 20 euro, that's like not that much cheaper than what they are in the United States. Were wasting me. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I've got a Terminus on top of my deck, so, you know, you do you, opponent. I guess if they go War Chief into Pile Driver, I could die here because of the way I let them wasteland that, but I think that's fine. Alright, we're just gonna kill my Jace. I guess this is bad for me. Maybe it was greedy not to plow this, to keep the Jace around. Yeah, I probably should have just plowed this. I'm gonna get a Pyroblast out of them, though. I guess I have, like... reporting me. I have, like... my board now versus what they have going on, which is nice. So, cast this. No, I'm pretty sure it's a lot more than that. Engineer Explosives currently appears to be like almost 60 USD on TCG Player. Oh, they're gonna blast the Jace anyways. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Fair assessment. I'm gonna get ported. I'm waiting to play the Tundra because if we draw another Jace, I want to save it. So 40 euro is about the same as 60 USD. All right, what do we got? Siege Gang Commander. That's unfortunate. Sweeper. Sweeper. Oh. I think I'm supposed to just Judgment their Siege Gang Commander here. Yeah, so like 35 to USD is not that dissimilar to what you're paying on TCG Player. People are acting like they're half the price, but that doesn't sound to be the case. Yeah, port me, baby. And I guess I'm actually going to play this out now so that way I can hardcast this Force of Will. What's going on, Punishing Waterfalls? And playing some Legacy. So I'm waiting to predict here because I would like to be able to draw a Terminus on their turn. I'm going to predict them because there's probably more basic mountains in their deck than there are basics in my deck, and I don't know the contents of either of our decks, so I'm going to name Mountain here. Draw another land. That's a tilt. I'm aware that I should name the card that's the most copies of in my deck Project Swamp. I'm aware. I'm aware that I should statistically name the card that's the most copies of her in my deck. Well, that's just poop soup. That's gross. All right. Yes, please. I don't think I'm likely to be able to force anything, so I'm going to hold this land in case we rip a Brainstorm. They had a Matron. Tilt. Is this probably getting a ringleader that they get to put into play off of this? Yeah. Yeah, we were in a pretty good spot. We just slowly got slid downhill from the Siege Gang Commander. Just drawing a lot of bricks. Not a lot of cantrips. We've only had one sweeper in 30 some odd cards. So we're taking a minimum of 6 here. Just casual draw 3. Yep. As I say, they don't have anything that gives haste currently. And there was this. All right. Plow that one. All right, so we're going to 4 here. Opponent's got Sharpshooter, Gem Palm, Lackey. I assume they're not going to put anything into play here because, like, I need a sweeper anyways. I've been ported. Sweeper. Your move, Yugi boy. They don't have anything that gives haste currently in their hand, so that's nice. My Tundra is dead. Enjoy. I assume this is going to be Sharpshooter. Yep. Port your favorite, big boy. Port your favorite. Assume they're porting me off of white here, right? That's why we've been holding this land. That's why we've been holding this land. All right, so this means I end up wanting the land, right? So I go. Am I okay going to 2 here? Probably. I just like put back Portent Force and go. There's another Tundra in my deck. God, there's not another fucking Tundra in my deck, is there? What a tilt. This mana base sucks. That's really terrible for us. I guess I just plow the Sharpshooter then and like Snapcaster in something else. Yeah, so we've been wasted off both our Tundras. I remember Jim Davis talking about his build of miracles and just talking about how like there was one Tundra in the deck and it was the worst land in the deck and he hated it. Yeah, I could just snap a plow. Yeah, that's probably the line, right? And then I can even hold up Force that way. I probably don't want to hold up Force though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like throw back Force Scalding Tarn and then snap a plow here. They get to cycle Gem Palm Incinerator to kill the Snapcaster Mage, but I'm pretty sure that's our line. I do need to take this off the table before they get to untap though. That's a 10 out of 10, has to happen. It's a damn shame I can't do this with Mentor on the table, but it is what it is. So if they cycle Gem Palm and they hit a speedy guy, they definitely have draws that kill us here. So they get 2 draws at a War Chief or a Chieftain, and both of those kill me. But I'm pretty sure this is the best chance to win considering I didn't have another... I didn't have another white source to fetch. Okay, that's 1 brick. Am I dead? Ringleader was also lethal there. Don't Siege Gang Commander me, bro. Don't do it to me. Don't do me dirty. That's gotta be lethal, right? I guess their Siege Gang's already gone, so what do you have left? Do you have another way to deal 2 to me? Do you have a Tarfire in your deck? They have a Ringleader. Okay. Okay, we have a Ringleader. That gets to end step do stuff. Gonna upkeep, port me. Yep. Am I just plowing something in response here? Almost certainly, right? Almost certainly. No, I don't think so, actually. Yeah, I don't think so, actually. So, we're definitely losing this game because of our mana base. Which is kind of frustrating. Statistically dead here, unless they're very unlucky. I guess I could have portented them and then shuffled their deck. Maybe that wasn't the worst. Wait, they had Tarfire in their deck and they didn't just get it with Matron and kill us last turn? Alright, I guess, sure. To each his or her own, I suppose. Yeah, just not enough white sources, Equinox, or not enough basic lands, depending on what you want to call it. I feel like with decks like this, if you're gonna like it, something that's strange about this deck that's kind of a tension, it feels like to me, is that we have back to basics, but like we're also on this Pyroblast plan. I feel like you kind of want to commit to one or the other, because like this awkward number of Tundras like definitely cost us that game, right? This hand's decent. Getting a search for Azcanta going early is pretty opponent. Hey, Night Stars. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. I know there's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to put your Amazon fun bucks towards my channel this month. I don't think I could pass up Plow, Snap, Plow, right? Like I've got 2 cantrips, so we get 4 looks with a Portent, plus a draw step, plus a Brainstorm, so I get 7 looks at a land here. So pretty likely to find 1 to 2 lands. No, I don't think so. I think if my opponent I think my opponent's pretty likely to kill me that turn. If they don't kill me that turn, the Plow does a lot more later on for me. Like allows me to actually snowball into winning the game. Well, these cards are just like A+, right? I get to go ahead and just take all of these, and then next turn I get to Brainstorm and throw one of these Search for Azcantas back and like find another land and like Plow a Goblin and just like take him to Pound Town Beatdown. No 1-drop again. It's just aces for us. Maybe I'm just supposed to search for Azcanta on 2. Nah, that can't possibly be right? Huh. So I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. No, I think I want the Mentor that's on top of my deck. I'm pretty sure I want the Mentor that's on top of my deck, so I really don't want to crack the fetch and shuffle. I also like lose the fetch land as a way to shuffle search. I'm gonna play this and pass here. Like if they play like Mog, the 1/1 that makes another the Echo Goblin, I might just draw the Terminus next turn. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Terminus them here. I'm just gonna go like Terminus, play Azcanta. So, yes, in response to this miracle, crack my fetch land for a basic plains. Yes, cast this, please. And then we should go ahead and play this search out. Go. And like, we get 2 shots at a land tier. Oh, actually, huh. I could guarantee this flips if I Plow first, right? But I really don't want to Plow first because I want the Plow to trigger Mentor. So I'm just going to take 2 shots at a land tier. Supreme Verdict. I'm pretty sure I want to bin that with this Mentor in my hand and like the chance to hit a land tier. That's a Ponderer. It's a little bit sad. I don't really want to snap anything this turn. Did I remember to add coin flips to the queue? I might not have. I might have missed that one. I'll let you say that. I don't think I did. I'm gonna find your message right now and do it right now at this very moment. Alright. Sorry for the brief delay. I don't want to forget this again, and we have plenty of time in this match. We don't actually have plenty of time in this match. I'm a liar. Maybe jam Mentor and then set up triple spell. I don't really want to jam Mentor because my opponent has a bunch of like Tarfires and bullshit like that. So I think I'm actually just gonna Ponder to guarantee my land drop for next turn, hopefully, and then Plow this. Yeah, this is very reasonable. So I'm interested in this, no, play this, Plow you, pass. think it depends on your deck and what cards you have to take out, Jeffrey. I think it's very contextual on like what cards you have to take out. I'd like to put this in my graveyard. I would like to transform Surge. I know this gives them the ability to like kill my search for Azcanta, but if they're going to have like targets for their wastelands at any point anyways, and I'd just like to have more mana here, I think. I'm gonna play this Mentor out and pass the turn. I'm gonna go ahead and plow them during their upkeep. So that way this has an extra defense through their turn. That way it can block 2/2s. They have Tarfire here. It's a little sad that they have Tarfire, but is what it is. They have 4 cards left. My Snap and my Council Judgments are each pretty valuable. We're gonna port my Azcanta here. I might activate my Azcanta if this is their turn. Maybe Magicka Fiend? I have to think about that. Think about what I want in it. I'm sure this is just gonna miss. I'm gonna hate myself for activating it. It's pretty good. That is not a miss. I think I'm actually gonna take this Force of Will as like an insurance project here. Like they don't have caverns. I wonder if they're playing cavernless goblins. It kind of feels like they don't have cavern in their deck. Like I feel like we would have seen them in 3 games. Yeah, I think Cavern is expensive. Yeah, there's a good chance they're not playing Cavern because of budget restrictions. Yeah, Cryptic's far too slow and clunky. It's a very, very clunky card. I'm gonna snap Ponder here. Like, puts pressure into play. Gives me a blocker. Lets me use my mana. Are we Pyroblast? I guess that explains what's in their hand. Well. We are exceptionally bad at drawing spells this match. Pretty terrible at drawing spells. Really unfortunate I don't have another blue spell. Maybe this was wrong to take and I should just take in the Predict. I got a Matron and an Incinerator. Oh, where are my spells now? Can't tie a pillar if we only draw lands, ain't that the truth? I'm gonna run no blocks here. They don't have that much reach in their deck. I'm gonna force the crap out of this Goblin Matron. Hey, Magicka Fiend with the $6 donation. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Some democracy for the Angel Cord Wish. Hoping for some Dom in it, but we'll see. Sounds good. Thank you for the donation. I'll get that moved up at the end of the stream here, as always. God, that's gross. They have a... Oh. I have a Tundra in my deck still, right? So we get to get this gem palm incinerator here because I get to plow this ringleader. This is only doing 1 here currently, so mine will be a 2/2. So we definitely came out ahead on this exchange. We don't know any of the cards in there. They have 4 cards, but we don't know any of them. But like, I have a monk and a plow versus Jace. All right, I'll take a Snapcaster, I think. I'm gonna Snap Ponder. Snap Ponder. I'm aware how the card works. I just wasn't thinking about their goblin being gone. Any order shuffle. Thank you, Snapcaster Mage, for delivering. Deliver us from non-spells, Snapcaster Mage. A format where you actually want to draw Jace. What is this madness, right? It's really weird. I would like to block. Oh, that's gross. Yep. That's a Siege Gang Commander. Well, I guess it's time to trade in this Wasteland, huh, chat? Or this Supreme Verdict. Time to pack it in. Yeah, the Verdict just like takes our clock off the table, which is sad. Yay, 3 points of damage. And I got 3 minutes left. Can we win in 3 minutes? Probably not. Maybe they'll flood out a little bit. We've drawn way more lands than they have. They don't have any cantrips in their deck. Get out of here. This is getting another siege. This is getting another 4-drop ringleader. Reign in diabetes. Thanks for the bits, Just Sky Charming. It's not looking good for the home team, chat. It's not looking good for the home team. Okay, that was a very good draw. That was a very good draw. They don't have any cards that prevent them from drawing lands, Faithless Looting, and their deck plays a lot of mana sources in it. So, like, the number of mana sources they've drawn this game is exceedingly low. This makes our predict better, which is great. I don't want any of these cards, though. Well, that sucks. Oh my god, I just clicked. Oh my god, I just clicked no. Why did I click no? Why did I just click no? Well, I know there's a Force of Will on top of my deck, right? So we're going to predict that away, I guess. I guess we're predicting that one away. I meant to shuffle that there. I guess we have the upside of getting a Jace now, but like probably very dead. We're dead. I guess they already burned a Tarfire. Maybe they don't have another one. Is Tarn? Now I actually don't remember. I think I stacked Tarn Force Jace. I don't have time to go check. I'm pretty sure Force of Will is on top of my deck. Yes! All right. It is Force of Will. I did it. I did that much at least. They have a second Siege Gang Commander. They drew 8 lands in a lot of cards. All right. This matchup's supposed to be hard for us. This matchup's supposed to be hard for this deck, apparently. I don't know. This deck's definitely not. This configuration of this deck's definitely not built well for a matchup like that. like I said, like when we were, God, Magic Online notifications, when we were sideboarding, we didn't have enough to, like, the fact that I had to leave 4 forces in my deck against Goblins was not exciting. The fact that we didn't have a third Tundra lost us the second game very easily. So, you know, like I said, one of the things when I was looking at this configuration, I'm a big fan of Jim Davis's build of Miracles that he top 8 the last Legacy Open with. I think the fact that this deck is trying to play back to basics in the main deck and still try and splash Pyroblast out of the sideboard is excessively greedy. We definitely lost that matchup because of the decision during deck building. Sure, but like, there's 2 different things you can do. You can like write off your loss as it's a bad matchup and there was nothing I could do, or you could like be an adult about it and like try and think about the decisions that you made that led you to that loss. Like, we ran a little bit bad, but ultimately the decisions that this deck has made during deck building are what lost us that match, good, bad, or otherwise. Like, our mana base cost us that match of Magic. I think both playing back to basics and splashing Pyroblast are reasonable things to be doing in this archetype. I don't think doing both is very reasonable. And we're one match in, so like I said, there's a reason why I don't change things without playing games when people submit them. So we're gonna play through it and see how it feels in the rest of them. Exclusive cards with the 2-month free subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the continued support. I think that's a shitty attitude to have, is my point. Like if you're gonna be some kind of like egotistical elitist, like, it's not a real deck, you don't have to beat it. Like, sure, I guess. I'm just gonna actually, you can take a time out for that one. It's not a real deck. I hear people complain about that in Modern all the time. It's just, guess what? Formats like Legacy and Modern are more not real decks than there are real decks in the formats most of the time. Because these are formats where people aren't playing the decks that are good in the format. I got some really bad news for you. If people only played the decks that were the best decks in formats like this, we would all only be playing Grixis Delvermere matches, just like 24 hours a day. That's all we would be playing all of the time in Legacy. But that's not what the format is, right? The format is more than Grixis Delver because people do more than just play the best decks in the format. They play Magic to like enjoy the game and have fun. So like, you can't just write off all of these matches because you don't think they're a real deck or they don't come up too often. Minimum Room with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are one of the best ways you can support what I do here. So thank you, and welcome. I think I'm going to take this Flooded Strand because I'd like a basic plane. So I'm going to draw the Counterspell after it. Magic could be... I'm just here for the dollar bills and the women. I play Magic for fun. What are you doing? Ooh, we gonna lose our back to basics. Yeah, I think Back to Basics is a much more fair card compared to Blood Moon. And the reason why I think Back to Basics is a much more reasonable card than Blood Moon in general is because Back to Basics allows for counterplay to exist. So like, Back to Basics actually only punishes greedy decks. Because decks that aren't greedy, that have basic lands in them, can fetch those basic lands while Back to Basics is in play. Whereas Blood Moon, once it comes down, your opponent's only going to be able to get non-basic. Your opponent's fetches are mountains automatically, so they're just completely shut off and they don't get to play Magic, basically. Also, Back to Basics is a card that this This card, if this card wasn't modern, this is a card that would actually flip Tron off. This is a card that would be nuts against Tron. Nuts against Tron. I think Blood Moon creates, by my definition, very uninteresting and boring TCG experience. In my opinion, good TCG gameplay is predicated by the concept of both players getting to make meaningful decisions and have back and forth between them. And I think a card like Blood Moon eliminates decisions on both sides of the table, which makes it a bad card in the abstract. Oh, stop hitting me! Stop hitting me! Yeah, Jarvis, I was really hoping that they... I was really hoping that they would... that they would only have 2 discard spells. In fact, they had the 3rd Thoughtseizer, meant we couldn't punish them for not taking them back to basics the first time. Meaningful decisions are made during deck construction and rolling dice, right? Sometimes it feels that way. How do you feel about RNG based cards? I think all these games have variants by design, and there are different types of variants that range from good to terrible. These counterbalances also don't seem particularly exciting, which is something that I haven't played with them very recently, but every time I've played against Counterbalance out of the Miracle decks, it's like a comically bad card. You'd fetch first if you had Portented into a Predict and wanted a white source first. Is that true? I mean, if I found a Predict, I'd just play the basic island, right? If I'd have fetched first, I'd have just played... I mean, if I'd have found Predict, I'd just play the basic island. No, the challenge events on Magic Online are just bad value for me personally. My time spent while playing Magic is just, like, much better off streaming. I think I'm just gonna shuffle these. These cards just, like, don't do anything, right? Jeff, for Brawl submissions, if you're fine deck lists, or can I just give you an idea? I'm gonna request that people submitting Brawl deck lists need to submit me 60 Magic cards. I'm not super familiar with every card that's legal and standard right now, and I'm not doing a ton of research on Brawl personally, so if you're interested in seeing a deck idea played, I definitely don't have the experience or the background to work or brew in the format, so submit 60 cards, please. Well, that just happened. This deck is so much worse than Grixis Delver. We're just gonna lose to a bunch of random stuff today, aren't we? Why couldn't we be memeing on people? Could you imagine if we were playing Spanish Inquisition in this league? We would just be 2-0 right now. Could just 2 decks without Force of Will in a row. Two decks without Force of Will in a row. It'd be like Christmas for the Spanish Inquisition. It'd be like Christmas. Spanish Inquisition's the second deck we're playing today. We're using up all of our 0 Force decks early, chat. This isn't good for the SI League we're gonna play after this one. I think I'm okay with these, right? If they discard the fetch line, it's whatever, and then we get to draw Brainstorm. Hey, Drax660, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to put your Twitch Prime subscription towards my channel this month. Tipsy LOL. You might be new to this channel. I'm going to go ahead and give you an explain. I give you a 10-minute timeout. because you made an ultimatum type statement like you just did there, and you didn't articulate yourself as to why you feel that way. If people are playing Brawl, it will be solved in a week because, use your words like the adult that I hope you are, and go ahead and explain it to me why you think the format will be solved very quickly when you come back from your timeout. They grab Batterskull here. Hey, Boldwin, thank you very much for the 500 bits. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brawl is multiplayer and one-on-one. Also, and this is something that's really important that I feel like a lot of TCG players don't get, or Magic. It's probably just TCG. This is a Magic player thing. I feel like people have this idea that a solved, well, those are really fucking good Magic cards. A solved TCG format is inherently bad, and I disagree with that concept at a fundamental level. I think TCG formats that generate bad gameplay or uninteresting or stale play patterns, those are bad TCG formats. I think a solved format can be very enjoyable if that format generates a good game of Magic. That's a Liliana deal. Deal. So they're going to edict us, and then I'm going to have to start Jacing. I'm going to sculpt their minds, chat. I'm going to sculpt their minds. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I guess I'll throw those back for now, but the Azcanta are into play. Go ahead. I mean, you could actually, like, Modern's kind of a working example of what I just said, right? Modern is a format where we're kind of aware what decks are good in Modern, right? But, like, the fact that we know which decks are good doesn't make the format less enjoyable to play for most of the people that play it and the people that like the format, right? Like, I can tell you that Humans and Hollowed One are two of the best decks in the format, and I can tell you, like, tier rankings and other things where those fall, but, like, we definitively know what most of the best decks are. And that's okay. That doesn't make the format bad. Why not Fate Steal them? Because they're short on resources. Because I'm not going to be able to Fate Steal them off of lands for forever, and I need to answer this Liliana the Veil at some point. The Liliana, actually, I need an answer to this, or I'm going to lose the game. Am I casting back to basics here? I think I am. And, like, if they put the Batterskull into play, I just get to unsummon it, right? So, like, the Batterskull's not really that scary. But stop on my upkeep before I forget to shuffle these Force of Wills away. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out here today. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a good start to their week. Playing Legacy today, kicking off with some Blue-White Miracles. Blue-White Splash Red for some Pyroblast Miracles. And we're going to be playing some other stuff later on. We're going to play some Spanish Inquisition after this league, I think. Get 4 fresh ones here. Yeah, I agree. I think Hollowed One is, like, a really terrible style of deck to have be one of the better decks in a format of Magic. And that is certainly... Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Can you taste it, Mr. Krabs? Can you taste it? This one. I picked this one. I pick this one. Vote for her. Vote Liliana 2018. Get her out of here. Alright, so Land Destruction deck. Flusterstorm's probably good. Search is probably fine. They have Stoneforge Mystics, so these Disenchants are probably reasonable. Terminus probably isn't very good. These back to basics are probably okay, right? These back to basics are probably okay. They could be... I guess there's a good chance they're a Lingering Souls deck, right? So that probably makes Terminus a little bit better. Oh, engineered explosives is a good hedge for souls. Yeah, I like that. Can also answer the walkers. Yeah, I think I want to leave. I think I want to leave one terminus in. I think 2 answers to souls is good. So I think 2 of these are fine. No, we actually have volcanic islands down here, Tom. So we can take Liliana. This is the first league. Second match of the first league. Really want to cut these. Counterbalance seems pretty terrible, right? Our opponent's playing a smallpox variation. Is Force of Will not good enough? They're kind of grinding us down, right? Let me trim some of these. How do you feel about this? I think I'm happy with this. I mean, like, and at the end of the day, people talk about, like, what generates good games of Magic and good formats. Like, that's a very subjective measurement, right? Like, it's a very subjective measurement. Like, TCGs are great because they can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and not everybody is looking to get the same thing out of a card game. So I'm inclined to agree with the assessment of, there was a big wall of text there, giant Joctobot, God, Twitch usernames, that people that say solid formats are bad are generally more inclined to brew more than other people, and that's okay. That's okay. Not every person has to enjoy every aspect of every TCG. I think I'm going to lead on Volcanic Island here, because it's the land I care the least about. So if they smallpox me, this one can just go away here. Also, the Volcanic Island here sets me up to go Brainstorm, crack a fetch next turn. It does mean I can't plow this, but I think that's fine. I have this Disenchant in my hand, so... Definitely don't need that. I probably don't need a second Mentor, right? Probably don't need a second Plow, actually, either. I'm gonna throw those back for now. Crack this for Tundra. This will be a little bit awkward if our opponent... I guess we don't even want to play back to basics if we draw it, right? Maybe that's like... Maybe they're actually base black-white, except if they were just splashing green for Deathrite Shaman. That's probably not an unreasonable assessment. I think second Mentor is pretty good. Like, Mentor is a card that, like, runs away with the game pretty quickly. So if they answer the first, I kind of want to slam a second. And, like, by having 2, it gives me a window to, like, play one out naked, basically. My land has been sunk. Malicious, you've been given a 10-minute timeout for using the word retard in a derogatory fashion. Please don't do that in my channel ever again, or you'll be banned permanently next time. Oh, that's a beating. I guess they still have this Batter Skull, so this Disenchant will probably be fine. I have to redraw one of these, so we'll choose to redraw the Portent. Really need some upkeep on the streets in this town, chat. The streets are literally falling down around us. Everything is being swallowed up into the ground. Shuffle that other Mentor away. Even Umezawa's GT. I'm just gonna go ahead and Portent here. Bonus deck should be called Massachusetts Infrastructure. uh. You guys want to shuffle these? I guess Jace is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shuffle. I feel like I'm not really looking for any of those. When is retarded safe to use? When you're describing a medical diagnosis that a medical professional has given out is probably the only acceptable time to use it. And if you're not a medical professional, you probably should just eliminate it from your vocabulary, because medical professionals probably don't even use that word to describe people anymore. We've evolved past it as a society, or at least most reasonable people have. Most reasonable, considerate people. Them casting the Deathrite Shaman here is actually really good for us, because it means if they put this Batterskull into play during our end of turn with the Stoneforge Mystic, we can disenchant it, because they won't have 3 mana to bounce it back. That's a decent draw too. I think I'm brainstorming here because I don't want this back to basics in my hand, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. God, that's real bad. I'm gonna put this back too. Throw this up on top and pass here. Grab a Tundra. You have no power here. None. No power. I do have to clear the Deathrite Shaman before I can... That really sucks that I fetched this Tundra. Yeah, I'm aware the Urborg's there. I just needed to fetch to clear the top card of my deck anyways. Hey, Aces of Death. Thank you for the $2 donation, bud. What's going on? Long time no see. How is the black-white deck playing Birds of Paradise? Asking the real questions. It's Lingering Souls. Okay. We did keep 1 Terminus in our deck. I'm pretty sure I have to any order those in shuffle because, like, the Terminus is the out, right? Do I want to play this EE out? What's going on, Interonics? I think I'm just passing. The opponent's deck, for people that are wondering about the opponent's deck, it looks like Dead Guy Ale with just Smallpox and Sinkhole. So they basically took their combo matchup and like punted it all the way into the ground. by removing traditional discard spells. I guess Smallpox isn't too terrible against Storm if you get a turn 2. Yeah, let's get off the topic of offensive names and name calling. Let's just leave it at don't do it in my channel, you'll be removed. Let's just cut it there, shall we? It's okay, Blur. Thanks for the bits. All right. Instead of me arguing with you why I didn't play the EE, could you tell me why I should play the EE? Be constructive. Be constructive. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it's judgment. Clear this. We're going to 9, and then we're going to 4, and then to 2. I think we just have to like hit the Terminus, right? There's a Terminus in our deck, chat. Opponent has 0 cards in their hand, so I guess I'll leave one more Terminus in for the second game. The back to basic actually doesn't seem that good now that we're seeing more of the opponent's mana base, so I think I'm going to trim the back to basics and bring more sweepers back in. Oh, yeah. The Ghost Assassin. We did. We did. All right, so... I'm gonna cut both of these. Maybe bring in one more force. Now I'm gonna bring back in a Terminus. Yeah, if you're newer to following my content, you should check out some of my legacy stuff from late last year. I played a ton of Dead Guy Ale. We played 3-mana Gideons, 4-mana Gideons, Kayas, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of good stuff. No, the opponent's like sinkholing and wastelanding and like this is another match where just like not having more basics lands is just like really, really bad for the deck, right? I think I'm keeping this. Mentor with force backup is pretty good on the play. That is an A+ draw. Probably, I never say yes or no for sure without seeing a decklist, J-Robe, so drop me a message in private. You did not miss the Inquisition. We'll be starting with the Inquisition after this league, which could be a little bit because we're playing Miracles. I would like to bin an island. Maybe that's aggressive. Oh, who's excited for this Mentor? All right, so we need them to only have one removal spell here. And then they have a Shambling Vent in their deck. Yeah, we played Dead Guy Ale for like countless streams. I top 8'd a couple of Legacy Challenge with this last year. So we streamed it a good bit. And that's the question people always ask is why is it called Dead Guy Ale? So generally speaking, in my opinion, a deck can be classified as Dead Guy Ale if it's a black-white Stoneforge Mystic deck. That's my personal classification for what makes Dead Guy Ale Dead Guy Ale. A black-white Stoneblade deck. So if your deck is base black-white without a third primary color, it's Dead Guy Ale. No, Dead Guy Ale is like legacy slang for black-white Stoneblade. Disenchant. I'm not going to put that in my graveyard because now I can predict and name Disenchant. Your opponent appears to dead. I'm hoping, Burgle. I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're dead. Yep. Yeah, we played Dead Gale. We played Dark Confidant. I like Bobby. Bobby's my boy. Oh, no. We really kind of want a Flusterstorm, right? That way we can counter stuff next turn. I don't think that's true, Wrestling. I think as it evolved in Legacy, Sculptor was left out more and more. Well, that's a Flusterstorm. That's exactly what I asked for Christmas. Don't mind if I do, Magic Online. Don't mind if I do. He's Bobby when he's on your team, and he's Robert when he changes, right? There's literally an explanation there in chat. You're surgicaling. They brought in surgical. So this is actually, we're going to play a deck called Celif. We're going to play Breakfast Blade later today. And I think, honestly, so the deck we're going to play later is a fair deck that boards into a graveyard-based combo deck. I think the way people aggressively board in Surgical Extraction for no fucking reason on Magic Online means that I'm going to switch it for today. I'm going to start with the combo in the main deck and board into a fair deck, just so when opponents do stuff like this and board in Surgical Extraction when they really shouldn't, we don't get brutalized. Because I feel like I'm going to lose it if we like board into the graveyard package and someone has graveyard hate against us post board. It is a Stoneblade deck with the Celiphan Illusionist combo in the post board. It's not just, it's Magic players in general. You're right, Brad. You are not incorrect. It is definitely Magic in general. Speaking of sliding out of my chair, my large rear end has been sitting for an hour and a half. Let's stand up. Opponent concedes to the Flusterstorm. God bless. We're on the scoreboard at least. Welcome to everybody that's hanging out here today. If you're new, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time TCG player and content producer. I stream Magic 30, sometimes 40 hours a week here on this channel. If you are enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing to my channel on Twitch. Subscriptions are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. If you use code HOAGLAND PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. CardSphere would like to help enable you to trade your Magic cards for cash or other Magic cards with other people. There's no haggling, just a 1% fee off the top for the cards that you're exchanging. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and you. At the very least, if you're new, please make sure you hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. And I always try and put the names of the decks we're playing on a given day in the stream title, so you can kind of know if you want to tune in live. And if you can't tune in live, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Hey, Rasta 1985X. Thanks for sharing that Twitch Prime. I know there's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you choosing to put your Twitch Prime towards my channel this month. If you're one of the many people in the world, like Rasta 1985X, who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included with your Amazon Prime for free. And Twitch Prime gives you a free subscription to a channel of your choice every single month. It doesn't cost you anything, and it still supports that streamer's content just the same. Ooh, we're getting real close. If we get three more new subscribers, we'll get to add an emote to the channel. We're very close. 1197 sub points out of the 1200 to get a new emote. How did I get my first ad? The first adverts I had on the stream were from places that I was doing content for. So like Card Market. Once upon a time when I was writing for them, I had an advert with them through the stream. And Spare Deck was someone that I was using anyways. And when I started streaming, they're like, hey, can we advertise with you? And I was like, yeah, sure. What emote are we getting? I'm not sure. I need to figure that out. Salad is next. Poor Spare Deck. Can we get a math emote? Question for you. I'm a new sub because of Amazon Prime. Does Amazon let you to one stream each month, and if I sub to another stream next month, does it up from for you? Yeah, that is exactly how it works, Apun. So if you, every 30 days or 28 days, however long the Amazon Prime subscription lasts for, after that month is up, if you can either put it towards my channel again, or you could go put it towards someone else's channel, and it gives that the person that you put it towards that sub point and the benefit from your sub for that month. If you put you'll see some of the people in chat have various different icons next to their name. It says X month subscriber. So if you put your Twitch Prime towards the same channel continually, it allows you to build up and get better sub icons, or different sub icons, I suppose, next to their name. A better lucky than good emote. Better lucky than good's not a bad one. What's the difference between Dead Guy Ale and Spanish Inquisition? So those are completely different decks, LQ. So Spanish Inquisition is an all-in turn one combo deck. My favorite kind of deck. That tries to gimp the opponent on the first turn of the game, or just give them out of the game, however you want to refer to it as. Just do they have forcible, and if not, kill them. So this hand is a great example of a hand where I don't want to cast Ponder on the first turn of the game here, I don't think. I don't know what our opponent's playing. I don't know what I'm looking for. If this hand didn't have 3 lands in it already, I might cast Ponder looking for a land. But because I already have lands and spells, and I'm like, I don't know if this is a matchup where I want Plow or Terminus. I don't know if it's a matchup where I want Force of Will. I kind of want to get more information about what my opponent's playing, as well as what I'm drawing as another card. Also, by waiting a turn here, I get to go ahead and crack both of my fetch lands here. And what cracking both of my fetch lands allows me to do is now I can cast this Ponder, and I'll be able to predict away one of the 3 cards in the Ponder. A piece of candy emote's not a bad idea. There's a lot of sweet ideas for what you could do for emotes, but it's just like, well, is this gonna like translate, basically, is what it comes down to. Huh. I think I'm gonna stack this like this. So we have Swords to Plowshares on top of my deck. And if they're a deck that Swords looks like it's gonna be good against, we'll draw Swords next turn. If we doesn't look like they're gonna be good. All right, so Plow is gonna be pretty good here, right? They're likely playing Turbo Depths. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw Plow here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. And then we can predict away the Portent here. Now, I think Counterspell is good in more matchups than not. So I think I'm fine with that. So I'm going to predict and clear this Portent off the top of my deck and draw 2. Instant speed divination. This card's so busted. No, don't reveal Terminus. With force in my hand, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and windmill this Jace here. I'm just gonna go ahead and windmill this Jace here, I think. Just gonna start plussing. Jace is likely how we win this game. By setting Jace up as the ability to win our game, we can just like plow, snap, plow. I probably should have forced that, right? It's a 2-for-1. Yeah, I probably should have forced that. Oh my god, I didn't force that. They're gonna kill us. What did I just... Oh, they have Spirit Guide. Wow. Wow, we punted. That is embarrassing. That is super embarrassing. That was at the end of my turn, chat. That was at the end of my turn. Is what was happening there. This is not a good back to basics matchup, right? I mean, that was nothing about Legacy. I just, like, clicked past their thing while I was talking to chat. And I should have forced their thing. We definitely were a very strong favorite to win from there. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what we're doing here. I'm really not a fan of this build of Miracles. So I think back to basics is bad because the opponent's deck operates on very little mana. If they're needling our fetches, that seems great for us. Search seems a little slow. Let's try this. It's fine. Not exciting, but fine. Azcanta's really slow card advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and Portent on one here because I would like to find something like a Jace or a Monastery Mentor to start closing the game out very quickly. So Sensei's Divining Top was banned. It doesn't mean it's just like if they banned Deathrite Shaman, Grixis Delver would still be one of the best decks in Legacy, in spite of what many crybabies would have you believe. So that's why they should ban Deathrite Shaman, because Grixis Delver would still be one of the better decks in the format. So, just like when they banned Sensei's Divining Top, this is still one of the better decks in the format. Life's too short. God bless you, Swab. I didn't mind Miracles last time we played it. I really don't like this build of Miracles. I think, like I said, we mentioned this a couple times. I feel like you need to like shit or get off the pot and commit to like one plan or the other. I'm not a big fan of back to basics and Pyroblast in the same deck. It really stressed our mana base out. We lost to Goblins because of our mana base and the way it was constructed. Monastery Mentor is really powerful. We didn't play any matches where Counterbalance felt impressive, but we didn't have a good sample size either. All I know is that like every time I play against Counterbalance, it seems really unimpressive and not particularly good. So I just like, there's a ton of things that this build of Miracles is doing that like I'm not a huge fan of. I think the last time we played Miracles, I'd go back and look at that deck list, or I'd consider looking at what Jim Davis played. Both of those seemed far more reasonable than like a lot of the choices this deck is doing. I don't know. This deck's playing like a collection of like reasonable legacy cards. So if you like this 75, I'm sure it's fine. A lot of the little details in here feel like they're kind of clunky to me compared to like what Jim played at the Open or the last time we played this deck.